Lieutenant Maraven had made a mistake. A small, innocent, perfectly reasonable mistake that would echo through the halls of Outpost Kepler 7 for years to come. She had simply organized her desk. The Vrix Cubs had been watching. And they had learned. It started 3 weeks after first contact, when the Galactic Coalition had assigned a delegation of Vrix to study human organizational methods. The Vrix were a species of methodical, pattern-obsessed beings who resembled bipedal otters with crystalline whiskers that chimed softly when they moved. Their young-called cubs were notoriously eager to learn, absorbing information like organic supercomputers. Mara had been assigned as their human liaison. It seemed simple enough. Show them around, answer questions, let them observe daily operations. What could go wrong? Everything, as it turned out. That Tuesday morning, Mara had arrived early to her office in the administrative wing. Her desk was chaos PADDs scattered everywhere, coffee mugs forming a small ceramic army, data chips mixed with protein bar wrappers. She'd spent an hour methodically sorting everything. Documents alphabetically by project name, supplies by category, personal items in the left drawer. When she finished, she leaned back with satisfaction. Perfect. Cub Ricker had been perched on the observation platform above her office, his enormous amber eyes recording every movement. His whiskers chimed excitedly as he took notes on his translator pad. Lieutenant Ven practices organization ritual, he chirped to his companions. Alphabetical sorting creates efficiency. We must implement immediately. But we don't understand all human alphabet nuances, warned another cub to Sarah. Rickar's whiskers chimed dismissively. We have studied. A comes before BB comes before C simple. What Ricker and his enthusiastic cohort of 17 cubs didn't understand was context, or homophones, or abbreviations, or the fact that humans didn't actually organize everything alphabetically. Mara didn't discover the problem until she returned from lunch. The mess hall was empty, completely, utterly empty. No tables, no chairs, no food dispensers. Just Cub Ricker standing proudly in the center, whiskers chiming like wind chimes in a hurricane. Lieutenant Van, we have organized! Mara's blood pressure spiked. Organized? Ricker, where is everything? Alphabetically! Like you showed us. His tail wagged with pride. Come, we show you! They had indeed organized. The entire base alphabetically, but not correctly. The armory was now filled with apples from the hydroponics bay because both started with A. The biohazard containment area housed boots, blankets, and the base commander's prized bonsai collection. The commander's office itself had been relocated to the cargo bay because C came before O. Engineering was now in the former entertainment center. Entertainment was in what used to be engineering. The medical bay had been moved to the maintenance tunnels because someone had labeled it Medi Bay, and Medi started with M. We worked very hard, Ricker said, practically glowing. 16 hours! Everyone help! Mara closed her eyes and counted to 10. Then 20, then gave up and opened them again. Ricker, you organized based on the first letter only? Yes, alphabetically, but ... Doblo quotes his whiskers drooped slightly. Was this incorrect? Before Mara could answer, the base intercom crackled to life with Commander Okoi's voice, strained with barely controlled rage. Would someone please explain why my desk is in the dining area and my dinner is in the detention cells? That's when Mara noticed the real problem. The Cubs had organized everything by what they thought items were called, but their grasp of English was creative at best. They'd labeled the quantum reactor as power producer and moved it to the same section as protein bars and potted plants. The life support system was now classified under lungs machine and had been relocated next to the library, learning machine. The oxygen scrubbers were currently sitting in a pile labeled old stuff because one cub had heard someone say, that old scrubber needs replacing. Ricker, Mara said carefully, did you move life support? Yes, very heavy, but we are strong. The cub flexed his small arms. How long ago? 4 hours. Mara sprinted toward the intercom. 4 hours without proper oxygen cycling on a base of 200 personnel was very bad. She slammed the emergency button. All personnel, this is Lieutenant Ven. We have a situation. I need everyone to stop what they're doing and help move life support equipment back immediately. It's currently in... Ricker, where exactly did you put it? L section. Next to Light's lunch trays and Lieutenant Backer's lucky socks. The next 6 hours were chaos. The entire base mobilized, humans and Vrix working together to undo the organization. Engineers prioritized life support. Medical teams relocated critical equipment. And someone had to explain to Commander Okoi why his classified documents were now in the same section as classified coffee recipes. But something unexpected happened. As they worked, the Vrix cubs didn't sulk or hide. They jumped in enthusiastically, asking questions, learning the actual logic behind human organization. Ricker was everywhere, his whiskers chiming apologies and questions in equal measure. Why is Medical Bay not with other M words? Because we organize by function, not just alphabet, explained Dr. Chen, moving an ultrasound machine back to its proper place. Things that work together, stay together. Oh, Ricker's eyes widened. Contextual organization. Much better than simple alphabetical. We learn. By the time the base was restored mostly to its original configuration, something had shifted. The Vrix had learned an important lesson about human flexibility and contextual thinking. And the humans had learned that the Vrix, for all their pattern obsession, were incredibly fast learners and tireless workers once they understood the actual goal. Commander Okoi, standing in his properly located office, addressed the assembled crew and Vrix delegation. Today was a disaster, he said firmly. Then his expression softened. But it was an educational disaster. The Cubs showed initiative, dedication, and when they realized their error, they worked harder than anyone to fix it. That's the kind of spirit we need on this outpost. He looked at Ricker directly. Next time, ask before reorganizing life support. Yes, Commander. Ricker's whiskers chimed enthusiastically. We have learned. Context matters. Communication matters. Checking matters. Mara couldn't help but smile. She'd caused this chaos with one simple act of organizing her desk. But in the process, they'd all learned something valuable about working together across species. Later that evening, Mara returned to her office to find it exactly as she'd left it. Perfectly organized, alphabetically. But taped to her monitor was a note in Rickar's careful handwriting. We also organized friendships. Those don't need alphabet. Those just need trying. Thank you for trying with us. Mara kept that note on her desk, carefully filed under V, not for Vrix, but for very important. And she never, ever organized anything in front of the Cubs again. At least not without a detailed explanation first.